Mosquito got me on my ankle, y'all. Not happy. Um, it's 11:07. I got out of bed like 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago. Man, listen, this video is not, people get on YouTube and they be like, oh, this video not for everybody. This gotta see this and it's perfect and you gotta send it to you. You know, this is my Donald Trump impression. Gotta send it to you, you know, in your perfect time. So you may not get it now. However, but yeah, like people be saying that, and I'm not saying, don't worry about that. I'm not saying that it'll see, listen, I'm just putting a message out there. That's my responsibility. Everything else is not up to me. It's just my job to put the message out. So that's what I'm gonna do. But this message, this word that I'm gonna share is not, man, when I tell you I'm trying not to, people talk a certain kind of way and they can convince you that they know what they're talking about or that their information is useful. So I'm trying not to use certain language to make it seem like what I'm finna say is so super ultra deep. Like it's so transformative, guys. It is. I mean, it's transformative, but it's not nothing that like it. You'll know. Like just it's just for me to share. The information is just for me to share. Whatever it is to you is what it's gonna be to you. But it's just up for me to share. So I'm not even gonna put this message out like oh yeah, you know, uh, this is just so, man. Listen, this is what I'm gonna talk about today. People's minds, and not just people, because I've been there, and I'm still sometimes I can go there. Sorry, people's minds. When you go through stuff, and when you like want more out of life, and you want to do more with your life, your mind is your greatest asset, but your mind is also your greatest obstacle. And I learned, me personally, in my life, the way I do things, the type of person I am, I got to do things a certain kind of way. I learn lessons differently from other people. I hear information differently from other people. Some words might stand out to me that don't stand out to somebody else. Some things I observe things differently than people. Something that I had learned when you go through life. Let me just do it like this. When you go through life, and in your life, you that person who had to work harder than everybody else. Stuff didn't come to you as easily as other people, even if it's the same stuff or the same goals. You get things later in life. You understand things differently. And it's like, and this is something I've described myself as somebody who spends a lot of time trying to be normal and fit in. And not as to say, like, I don't be me, because I'm going to be me, which is why I never end up fitting in. But you learn how to operate in the world a certain kind of way so you can operate in the world, but you still got to be yourself. But the fact that you're not like everybody else has caused delays and reroutes in certain things in your life. Listen, I'm 27. I'll be 28 this year. I'm 27. I've been homeless maybe about 3 times, probably more. If I'm not even, I'm just counting the times that I was homeless, like on my own. I've been homeless with people. I've been homeless with a family member. I've been like, it's other ways to be homeless. It's not just, like on the street, standing on the street all day. But I've been homeless several times. I've lived in my car several times for extended periods of time, not just a week or 2 weeks. I'm talking about months, 6, 7, 8, 9 months. Like, I've done this. I've been there. I've been friends with people who we was friends at the time. It was cool at the time, but when your mind change about stuff, the friendship, the friendship thing, it it fades. It does. It'll run its course. It ran its course in a lot of things that I've been in. So I'm not talking out the side of my neck. I'm not trying to tell nobody nothing that, well, just do this and it'll. No, listen. People don't listen. Don't listen to. I mean, listen to what I'm finna say, but don't listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying, but don't listen to people. Be trying to sell you stuff, man. These folk be trying to sell you on some stuff that they ain't never even. They barely had to partake in. Listen, I've been there. I've been there. I've been there. I've slept in a car with my mother. I've not had nowhere to go. I had to pee in a cup in my car because I couldn't get to a public bathroom. I've had sex in my car. I don't like car sex because that just take me to a negative place. That's just too much for me. And not to mention, I'm 5'8". That's just, and I'm not a skinny girl. That's just not gonna work. But I've been there when I had locks when I was homeless, not having to retwist, had to walk around downtown Atlanta with a scarf on my head because you know what I'm saying. Like I've been there. Don't you know what I'm saying? Don't think that I'm just talking just because I'm just talking because I think no. Listen, it's hard. It's hard being homeless. People think because you ain't got nothing, everything easy. Because people just give it to you. You could just accept it. No, being homeless is hard. Not having is hard. Being behind is hard, and it's even harder when you're not meant to live the way other people are living. I've been homeless, and people will try to tell me to go live here or go do this and go do that because that's just the easy way to do it. Oh, you just need to get on Section 8 and you could just and go here and do that and tell them that you ain't got this and da 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 da. But why do I want to declare a lie out of my mouth or subject myself to something that I'm better than just because I'm going through something? You're not crazy for feeling like because even though you don't have or even though you lack, your self-worth is higher, your calling is higher. You're not crazy for feeling like that. You're not crazy for not accepting stuff that's less than what you want and what you deserve. Just because you're in a compromised situation, that does not mean you compromise your morals and values and your integrity. Not even just your fleshly integrity, your spiritual integrity. You don't sacrifice that for nothing. And what people don't understand is when you're in that situation, what people don't understand is not everybody is meant to be a nobody. And not to say that homeless people are nobodies, but I'm saying like not everybody is meant to settle. That's what I mean. Not everybody is meant to settle. So when I was homeless and people was telling me go live at this place and then they gonna give you a job and you just work here and da da da. Having a job was never for me. I haven't worked in so long. Trap jumping. All glory to God. Trap jumping. I haven't worked in so long. Trap jumping. You see these licenses on. Trap jumping. All glory to God. People act like you gotta accept whatever just because you're in a compromised situation. No, you don't accept whatever. You accept what God got for you and nothing less. So this, what I'm about to talk about today, this is about how you maintain in your mind. Because the people around you, they never gonna stop telling you just do this, just do that. Why you don't do this? You know, like you homeless or you ain't got no food. People give you food and it's expired food, and they think that you should just take it because you ain't got no food. But who want to eat expired food? You accept help from somebody one time or whatever the case may be, and people just think that you just all out on your ass, and they just think that you should accept whatever because you needed help one time. That's how people are. Not everybody has experienced this, but certain people have experienced this because I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's your process that leads to your work. What does that mean? I'm gonna give it to you. Your process happens before the work. I talked about this with a friend before. Shout out my friend Toya. She put me up on game. Your process is, let me say, okay, people work a job, right? Typical. People work a job. I was working at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is the work. It's the job. It's the way. It's what I'm doing. What I get up to do. What I, the bread, how I make my money. That's the work. The work is what you do, what you're meant to do. But the process comes before the work because if you're not processed before the work, you won't work properly. When you cooking food, if the food is not cooked properly, it won't taste properly. It won't do what you want it to do. The same with people in life in your mind. If you don't process correctly, you cannot work correctly. So what is the process? In plain simple terms, in ways that most people can understand. You got a job, like I said. Your process is before you clock in. So your process is what time you wake up in the morning, how you bathe, when you eat. Do you work out before you go to work or after you go to work? Everything that you have to do and get together and situate before you clock in, that's your process. Your process is what's going to set you apart. Your process shows you that your work is different. When your process is different, your purpose is different. So if I have two candy bars, this is a regular dark chocolate Hershey. This is a milk chocolate Hershey. They are both Hershey bars to eat. But if you are lactose intolerant, you might want to have the dark chocolate bar because it's processed differently. The milk chocolate one is processed with milk. It's not going to work the same for you because you're lactose intolerant. So you need to find something that's processed differently. When your process is different, your work is different. Most people in the world, they have the same process. They go to school, they graduate, they get the job, they find a place, they don't move, they live their life, and people are happy like that. And there's nothing wrong with that because if I didn't have a calling on my life, I could just live a basic, easy life and still be happy. That's not a problem that people got basic lives. That's bliss. Basicness is bliss. Not even just ignorance, but just basicness. It's bliss. It is. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, when your process is different, people will see you differently. You ever been that person? You might be that person. I've been that person too, where it just seems like you just can't keep a job, or you just always got a different nigga, or you try to do things one way, but this person didn't answer the phone and I didn't have the money and then this person came babysit and it just always seemed like it's just something. Now some people, they take that and they still try to do the regular stuff they've been doing and going against the grain, even though the process is changing because your work is changing, your purpose is changing. But people don't pick up on that because most people live that way. You're not going to pick up on what you're doing is not working if it's working for everybody else around you. So most people's mind is work harder, get more hours, do more, do this, do that. Instead of stepping away and saying, hey, maybe my goal is the wrong goal and that's why it's not working out for me. That's why the process that I'm trying to do is not working out for me because my goal is different. Most people don't think that. But whoever might be watching this, you know that because you see it, it happens to you. When you try to do basic, regular, normal shit, I tell people that all the time. When I try to do basic, normal stuff, it don't work out because I'm not a basic, normal bitch. I'm just not. And that's okay. Some people can do the basic stuff. For girls, my girls, teenagers, women my age, older women, the culture, the mainstream culture, especially for black women, is telling us what to do. It's telling us what to be. So much so that you got people not listen. It's okay. Be who you are. This is just an example. We cannot change the definition of a bad bitch just because you're not a bad bitch. I don't consider myself a bad bitch, but I see bad bitches all the time. I love bad bitches. But I'm not going to try to change the definition of a bad bitch to make me fit in. You can't change stuff so you can fit into it. That ain't how that works. She dashing. How's gonna dash her? You can't change the process of things or the goal post just because you can't change the goal post because your process is different. If you're a cutie patootie, be a cutie patootie. Look at the baddie and say, wow, that's a baddie, I'm happy for her. But I'm a cutie patootie and I'm cool with that because that's who I am. Don't try to move the goalpost just because you're different. If you're different, then it's a different goalpost entirely. So the person who's watching this, my first message to you is you're not crazy, you're not tripping, you're just not meant for that life. So what do you do now that you know that you're not meant for that life? Well, you need to figure out what kind of life you're meant for. And I can't tell you that. But you know who can? The good Lord above. So you should ask him. And I be telling people all the time, even when it comes to whatever the case may be, when it comes to God, I say get it from the source. You can read your Bible, you can ask other people, but who better to ask about God and what God wants than God Himself? Ask Him and have your heart open, because He might tell you something that you don't want to hear. His goal for your life might not be what you want it to be. Or even if it is, it might not go, and you might not get there the same way other people get there. For example, being internet famous or making money on the internet. You don't want to work a job. You feel like as a woman, you don't want to work a job. Listen, you ain't never seen me marching on the streets for women to work. I don't want to work. I want to work. I don't want to work on nobody's clock. On God's clock, on my clock, and nobody else's clock. Not on no white man clock. Not even on a black man clock. Hello, nobody's. I want to do my own thing, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to do your own thing. I just kind of forgot where I was going with that. You see how the devil just be taking stuff. That's why you just can't divert from the main point, the main topic. What was I just talking about? Right. So as a woman, you feel like you don't want to work. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. You just need to figure out what you need to be doing. You never see me marching on the streets because I don't. I want the man to open up the door for me. Y'all can keep all that acting like chivalry. Chivalry is so offensive. Well, I can open up the door. You see how cute I am? Open up that door. I'm too cute to be open up the door. If I don't have to do it, I'm not gonna do it. If I don't have to do it, I don't want to do it. But that's just me. But anyway, circling back to the point that I don't even remember what my point was. But where was I going with that? If you don't want to work, you need to figure out what you need to be doing. Because if you want to live a certain kind of lifestyle, you're going to have to do something. So, go to God, ask Him what He wants you to be doing, and have your heart open to the fact, oh, that's what I was saying. If you, as a woman, you feel like you don't want to work, and you say, I want to get paid easily just for being myself, the internet is going to tell you to get naked and make an OnlyFans, to get naked and post your booty hole, the whole booty hole, and your coochie hole on the internet. Titties, nipples, areolas on the internet. Ass all out on the internet. Toes, bottom of your feet, everything on the internet. Put an inner tube, what they call it, they put down your throat when you need to breathe. Put a camera in that thing, but put it up your coochie and let the world see. That's the idea. You say, oh, I don't want to, as a woman, I feel like da 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 da. The internet gonna tell you, well, the easy way to do it is to show your body. But what if you don't want to show your body? For whatever reason. You say you don't want to show your body, people get offended. This is a safe place. If you, as a girl, you could be as sexy as you want to be. I'm fine as all, and I could promise you, I see a fine bitch, a bad bitch, say that bitch fine, that bitch bad. But when I look in the mirror, I say that bitch fine, that bitch bad. But that don't mean that I gotta look like, just because I got the same assets and I can do the same things, that don't mean that I gotta do that. If you, as a woman, you feel like you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. If you want to get paid a certain kind of way or live a certain kind of lifestyle, you can do it, but you don't have to do it the same way everybody else is doing. People losing their souls out here. People losing their souls out here trying to take the easy way out. Your flesh, everything in this natural world it it wants to take the path of least resistance. Sometimes that's a good thing, but sometimes that's a bad thing, because the path of least resistance is going to test you. The path, because it's not going to test. It's going to test you because if it's least resistant, that means you're going to have to let go of things. But sometimes the things that we let go of are bad, like morals, integrity, dignity, self-esteem, individuality. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gotta. Let me get to the point of it, because you really don't have to do it that way. This is my point. Your process in your work. Your work is proof of your process. Now, this is for my older women, or you could be around my age, because I feel like I'm behind in my life. And there's women older than me who feel like that. And it could be probably somebody the same age or younger than me that's feeling like that. Let me tell you something. God is a redeemer of time. Thank God. But if you feel like you're behind in your life, it's usually at a certain point, it's not people no more. It's not the circumstances no more. We got to take accountability. If we can't take accountability, we can't do nothing. We can't go At a certain point, it's not our environments anymore. We pass the environment. Oh, people, they always, and I just have a hard time. That when you realize that something isn't working, you step out of it. It ain't no more people in the world. It's about you now. We living in a day and age. I always used to say, "Oh, I feel like I should have been born in the late '90s or the early '90s. I could live to the early 2000s." Da, 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 woo, woo. I want a MacBook. I like my MacBook. If I was born in another time, I wouldn't have been able to experience the technology that I like, love, and have now. Like, now is a good time to be born. Now is a good time to start doing stuff. So even if you feel like you're behind, you still can do something. It's not we're not pointing outward no more. The world is the world and people are people. That's just how it is. That's just how it's going to be. What about you? What are you going to do? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to help you do what you're supposed to do by telling you, for one, your process has been different because your purpose, your work is different. It was never going to work out for you. Sorry. And that's hard to hear. It's easy to receive because it makes you feel like it wasn't me. I wasn't wrong. I didn't do nothing wrong. Yeah, but that's good that you can take you not, holding on to something that's not, yours to carry, but at the same time, it puts the responsibility on you to change. So if I'm talking to you, if you peep game and now you know that people are people and the world are the world, now it's time for you to be you. We done pointing at other people. Now we finna work on ourselves. So how do we do that? I told you the first step, you gotta go to God and ask him what he wants from you. And even if he don't answer you in that perfect time, and he's gonna answer you in his perfect timing. But if he doesn't answer you when you want him to or how you want to, what are you doing in the meantime? You gotta learn how to wait. That's the hard part. That's very hard. How do you wait? Man, I've been through so many waiting periods. First thing first, when you're learning how to wait, the first thing you gotta remember is eventually one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be where you at. You just gotta keep waking up. So the first part of learning how to wait, keep waking up. You gotta make a decision every day to not give up on this thing. And when you wake up with this thing in your mind, whatever this thing may be, wherever you wanna go, whatever you wanna do, whoever you wanna be, you gotta know. Just keep waking up because it's a process. This is a part of your process. Waiting is a part of the process. Just because you're not moving, or just because the time moving but you're not moving, that don't mean that the slow motion is better than no motion. If you planted something in your brain, it takes time for stuff to manifest sometimes. People will tell you, oh, you said that you wanted, so why you ain't just, man, listen, if you doing something that niggas ain't never seen before, niggas can't tell you what to do or how to do it. I'm just going to keep it real with you, keep it gangster with you, because that's what niggas is going to do. Oh, well, you need the, my such and such tried it, and then she, oh, yeah, and man, listen, stop listening to people. Don't even listen to me. Just listen to what I'm saying. Chewing me to spit out the bone. Stop listening to people. That's another thing. How to wait. Stop listening to people. Don't look for advice. Don't look for advice because you already know. What you need to do is get some confirmation, but you don't go seeking a confirmation. The confirmation will come to you while you wait. So how do you wait? Again, keep waking up. Keep this thing in the forefront of your mind, and keep waking up. Little things. I can't tell you exactly how to wait because I don't know everything that a person might be trying to do or what they're going through. How their brain works, how their heart posture is, so I can't get specific, but I can tell you that you have to keep this thing in the forefront of your mind. And I would say it's kind of like Minecraft. Build the details around it. If you know that you want to be Michelle Obama, you might want to get on QuickBooks and find a course to make you more financially literate while you wait. So when you get to where you at, you'll know how to keep it and maintain it. You need to be equipping yourself. Let me say that. How do you wait? What do you do while you wait? You equip yourself. You have to keep the faith, but you have to equip yourself. Excuse me. So when I say keep this thing in the forefront of your mind, that means keep the faith. So how to wait? You keep waking up. You keep the faith, and you. What's the last thing I just said? You basically you prep yourself. You prep yourself. You gotta learn certain stuff. You gotta learn the language of where you want to go. Learn the customs of where you want to go. And again, if you're a trailblazer, you won't always be able to look for other things that's going to tell you what to do and how to do it. So at that point, you just got to learn to trust yourself. Now, that, you want to know how to learn to trust yourself? I don't know. You just going to have to just do it. I don't have an answer for that. I don't have all the answers. I don't like when people act like just because you saved or you're a Christian or you read your Bible that you're supposed to have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. I serve the person who does have all the answers. But even though he has all the answers, everything ain't for me to know. I want to be able to trust God. So I don't even always all the time want all the answers. And that's another thing. Let go of wanting the answers. Just do stuff. It's easier said than done, I know. But I gotta plant the seed. Stop trying to, man, let me tell you something. Me and my mama, we are not like this here. The things that your parents say, they sit in you. Because all my mama or my daddy have to do is say something one time and it's in there. My mama told me one time, I asked her, I said, can I see the phone? I want to Google something. I want to see what something means. She said, what you talking about? I said, Taylor Gang, because Wiz Khalifa was like real hot. You know, he was just, I think Black and Yellow had just came out. And he was always talking about Taylor Gang. And I was like, I'm just like, what the fuck kind of gang is that? What is this nigga talking about? So I wanted to Google it. And I asked my mom for a phone. My mama said, she said, what you trying to Google? What you trying to figure out? I said, I want to know what something means, what Taylor Gang means. She said, everything ain't for you to know. It turned back around. I don't even think she turned around when she was talking to me. I don't even think she looked at me when she said it. She said, everything ain't for you to know. Do you know that clicked for me? So ever since then, minding my business has been the greatest asset of my life. I do not care what anybody else got going on because everything ain't for me to know. I do not be trying to be in folks' business. And really, when you're not trying to be in folks' business, that's when people want to bring the business to you because they see how peaceful you are and they want to put it all on you. Listen, everything ain't for you to know. So stop trying to figure everything out. That's another thing. How do you wait? Stop trying to figure it out. God has already figured it out. You're just trying to fall into what he already figured out. So how do you do that? Okay? I hope y'all taking notes because I'm just going off the easy. I got random stuff in here, but like, well, I got stuff in here, but I'm going off the easy with all of this. So I'm just barely just glancing. I hope y'all taking notes. This is totally no juicy. This is very Papoose rapping the alphabet right now. This is not Drake reading a freestyle from a Blackberry. This is not what this is. No tea, no shade. We'll talk about Drake. I have a lot to say about Drake. I fuck with Drake, but not the long way. Not the long way, cause he keep disappointing me. But anyway, what was we talking about? Dang, what was we talking about? Now, why did I say all that? Why did I say all that? What was I just talking about? What was I talking about? All right, listen. Not knowing everything. You don't need to know everything. So stop trying to know everything. You need to fall into what God already figured out. How do you fall into what God already figured out? First off, stop trying to figure it out. Secondly, you're going to have to spend time with the Lord. That does not always look like, it doesn't always look like that all the time. Just sit and be silent. Sometimes you just got to sit and rest. Resting is a part of the process too. You need to be able to recover. You need to be able to retain the information that you got. So you're going to have to rest and sit in silence with the Lord. And what does that mean? Why you can't just sit in silence by yourself? You can sit in silence by yourself. But when you sit in silence with the Lord, you're opening up your ears and your heart to what he got to say. When you sit in silence with the Lord, when you get a thought or you processing a thought, you don't process it by yourself. You process it against the word of God. You process it against what God has told you personally or shown you personally in your life. You don't just lean by your understanding and say, oh, well, this is what this means because this is what I think this means. No. Test it against the word. Test it against God speaks in a lot of ways. He can speak audibly. The way you hear me talking is the way I can hear God talking. God speak in different ways. He can send you signs, but he also, the Bible, it's accessible. When you can't hear him, read what he already said because he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. So just, you got to test it against the will of God. The will of God is what he tells you, what you know that's in your heart, and the will of God is also in the Bible. His will is not going to change from a biblical basis. It's always based on the same foundation. And however it, manifests and grows and sprouts, that's one thing. But you gotta test it. You gotta sit with the Lord, sit in silence, and be able to, even if to you it say, "Oh, it's not that serious, it's not that deep. I don't mind," or da 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 da. But if God says that it is serious and it is deep, then that's how you go about the thing. That's what I mean when I say sit with the Lord and process things with the Lord. Process it, make your decisions by His understanding, not yours. Not yours. I'm sorry I'm talking in circles, y'all. I didn't even plan on making this video. But like I said, I've been there. I've been there. I don't like listening to people. What Kanye said, I don't take advice from people less successful than me. I don't take advice from people who don't see me for me. I'm the Beyonce everywhere I go. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. And I don't act like it. I don't carry myself in a way where I feel like I'm better than people. I'm humble. I'm so humble, and I make it a point to be humble. Even when people be like, "Oh, people tell me all the time for the way I dress and da 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 da." When they see me finally pop out with some cute on, "Oh, you got a body on you. Oh, you da da." I'm not that girl to go around and just flaunting shit, popping shit like that. That's not me. But I'm the Beyonce everywhere I go because that's just the spirit that God gave me. Not the spirit of Beyonce, but the spirit of the way people just attracted to me. That's just how it is. But I don't live my life in a way as to say like I'm where I want to be. But if you don't see me, if when you see me, if you don't see she don't belong here, that bitch really the Beyonce or all these bitches that's around here, you can't tell me nothing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I take advice from people who know me, not know of me, but who know me, who see me, not just looking at me, but people who see me. Don't take advice from people who don't know you and who don't see you. They just talking out the side of their motherfucking necks. I'm trying to tell you what I know. People will rather give you bad advice and watch you fall and be next to them so they can say, "Oh, see, I told you." See, I don't listen to no motherfucking body. I done told you. Don't even listen to me because I don't even know you. I'm just giving you the information. Don't even listen to me. I don't listen to no motherfucking body. I don't. I'm sorry. That's put me in a lot of bad situations, but it's also kept me to where I don't need validation from other people. I don't give a fuck what nobody say about me. I really the fuck don't. I care what people think of me, but I don't give a fuck what people say about me. I want people to perceive me a certain kind of way, but I don't give a fuck what people say about me. So you gonna have to don't listen to nothing that nobody say. If they don't see you or see where you're going or see the anointing and the mantle and the gifts that you have and want the best for you out of it, don't listen and assume that people don't want the best because most people motherfucking don't. They want something to talk about. People want something to talk about. But again, we're not talking about people. We're talking about us. We should be able to observe. Don't listen to nobody's advice. If they don't understand what you got going on, do not listen to them. Don't listen to them. Especially, and this is for my girls. I'm gonna be real with you. This is for my girls in the hood who not supposed to be in the hood. That's what this is for. This is for my girls that's in the trenches who not supposed to be in the trenches. This is for my older women who did that thing, who went through and followed through on settling. This is for those women who feel like, oh well, I did it, but and I made a life for myself and da 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 da. But I know this not enough. But this is especially for my girls, for my people who are struggling with. It's for men too. I'm not saying it's not for men, but this is for the people who struggling with being in an environment that they not meant to be in. I was born at Grace Hospital in Detroit, Michigan. They don't even got Grace Hospital open no more. I'm a '90s baby. Okay, I'm from Highland Park, Michigan. Do you hear me? 6 Mile. That's me. West Grand. That's where I grew up at. No tea, no shade, but that's what I'm saying. Like we stayed off of Telegraph. I went to school in Farmington. We stayed in Farmington for a hot second, but we moved so much. I don't know my way around Detroit without a GPS. Because we moved around so much, I couldn't sit nowhere long enough to understand how to get to and from. I could tell you how to get from my house on Grand to the middle school I went to. went to, or how to get from my house on Grand to the old high school, or how to get to the corner store, or like little stuff like that. I can tell you go straight up Woodward and you can get to downtown. That's easy stuff. This is for my people who grew up in a situation, or who grew in a situation, or who were put in a situation that you're not supposed to be in. You're not tripping. Just because you from the hood, black girl from the hood, I'm talking to you. Black girl from the hood who don't, you know what I'm saying, who not like these other bitches. I'm talking to you. I'm talking, you're not tripping. And you're not wrong for not wanting to fit in with a bunch of bitches that you don't fit in with. You was never gonna fit in with them bitches. And that's cool. They don't make you better than, they don't make them less than. They just make you different, and that's okay. People are gonna treat you like you're treating them less than because you're different, but you're not. You're just being yourself, and people are intimidated. Something else that I have learned. This is a big one. This is something that I'm still digesting myself. People see you before you see you. Boom. That's something that's not hard to digest. But what is hard to digest is they see you and they know. What does that mean? A person like me who like I said, I'm just now getting this, so I'm still chewing on it and digesting it. I'm a confident person, but I didn't know that I was a confident person. I'm just myself. I don't go out and tell myself, I don't tell myself, be confident every day when I leave the house. No, I'm always on grace mode. I am always myself. I'm always going to be myself. To other people, that exudes as confidence. When you're confident, and people can tell when your confidence comes from you, or bravado that you put on, or the way you dress, and da 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 da. When you're comfortable with you, and that's where your confidence comes from, being comfortable with you, people gonna test your gangster. People are. They gonna try to belittle you in every way possible. And to you, if you're a good person, you're gonna be thinking, oh well, let me just, they probably just this, or let me just be this way, or be nice to them, be kind to them. People know what they're doing. That's something that I'm still digesting. People know what they're doing. People know that they're being mean to you. They're upset that your confidence is rooted in something that they can't take away from you. And your confidence is rooted in something that they can't take away from you. Their confidence is rooted in something that is subjective. And your confidence is rooted in something that's objective. People may not think about it that way, but when they see you, they think, oh, she da 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 da, she making me feel like this. She comfortable, she confident, she making me feel like this because I'm confident because of other things. So I'm finna try to knock her down. I'm finna try to see if she really confident for real. I'm finna see if I can walk all over her. I'm finna try to see if I can use her kindness as a weakness. She ain't gonna be so confident no more then. That's how people, even if they don't process it that deeply, in their head, they see a bad bitch or a different bitch and they say, how can I humble this bitch? I don't like that. I'm finna try to change that. You gotta know these things. You got to know these things. And it's not about pointing fingers to other people. It's so that you know who you are. People know who you are. People knew who I was before I knew who I was. I didn't know I was pretty until I was 22 years old. Now, I probably had to just grow into my looks, but I had to realize that. But niggas was treating me like I was, pretty before that, but how was I supposed to know if I didn't even know that I was pretty in the first place? People know. I don't know what my point is of this video. I'm really just talking, and I hope it, reach who it needs to reach. You're not tripping. And it's something that I want to say, but it's not humble, so I'm not going to say it. But I'm going to say, you're not tripping. Black girl from the hood who not like these other bitches out there, you're not tripping. You're not right or wrong. You're just different, and you're not tripping for noticing. You're not tripping because you don't want to do what they're doing. You're not tripping because you don't want to show your body. I'm talking to me at a certain point. I'm not tripping. I don't care. I really actually don't care. And a lot of it is because I'm pretty either way. I don't have to show my tail to show you that I'm pretty. I got a face right here. I'm interesting. I'm funny and I'm interesting. But I'm the funniest person on earth. Y'all don't know that yet. But I'm the funniest person on earth. I have a personality. I'm not saying that other people don't, but that's what I like to show off. My personality, not my ass. I'm not wrong for that. There's nothing wrong with that. I live in the hood. I don't like it, but I don't treat nobody no type of way, but I can't do what everybody around me do. I can't help that I was born in Detroit. I can't help that the way that my life went how it went. I could have helped it, but that's my process. Why would I want my process to change? Because my work, this is my work. What I'm doing, talking to y'all, this is my work. If I would have never been homeless 3-4 times, I wouldn't have been able to convey this message to y'all. I can't do what everybody else do. You can't do what everybody else do, even if you around them, even if they around you. So this is what this message is about. This is what this video is for. Don't listen to people. Lock in with the Lord. Lock in with yourself. You're not crazy. You're not tripping. You're going through a process. That's what this is about, I guess. You're not crazy. You're not tripping. You're processing. And you don't need anybody's validation about that. But at the same time, now this is for my older women. It's for my little older women. I'm going to talk to y'all. Just because you don't need validation about something, that doesn't mean that you can't be told shit. Because you haven't experienced everything from every side. Somebody's going to know something that you don't. Somebody's going to pick up on something that you don't. This is for my older women. Don't feel like because you older, can't nobody tell you nothing. If you feel like can't nobody tell you nothing, then I don't know what you even watching this video for, because I can't tell you nothing, and what I'm saying not going to register to you. If you are easily offended, you're not going to go nowhere in life. If you can't move without being offended, you can't go nowhere in life. If you take correction as offense, you're not going to go nowhere in life. And if you feel like somebody younger you can't say nothing to you, you're not going to go nowhere in life. You're not, because you're not humble. You're not humble. This is for my older women. You still got to be humble. The right people. Now, you can't make nobody respect you. I respect my elders. But being respectful and being dishonest is two different things. I respect you enough to be real with y'all, older women. I respect y'all enough to be real with y'all. You keep feeling, if you feel like, oh, well, I'm in this, you can't define your own season. You can't define your own season because you're not the one in charge of your life. Once that season is up, you got to be able to recognize that season is up. Older ladies, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the younger ladies too. This is for everybody, but especially the older women, because y'all feel like because y'all have so much more experience that y'all know more. But if you knew better, you do better. You feel me? Type. This is help. This is just to be helpful for everybody. My older women, you gotta be able to recognize when seasons are up, even if it's still working for you, even if that gift is still operating and doing whatever it's doing. If the season is up, it's up. If the season is up, it's up. It's for everybody, but it's especially for my older women. If the season is up, it's up. I'm sorry. But just because the season has changed, don't mean that you're still not processing, because you might be processing something else. Before, the Bible says to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. This is a little tangent I'm going, because people act like Christianity not spiritual, but spirituality is going to tell you that your mind is the most powerful thing and da-da-da-da. But the Bible says be transformed by renewing of your mind, which means you're not going to transform unless your mind changes. That's the same rule in general spiritual law. General spiritual law. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Your mind is your greatest asset, like I said in the beginning. But it's also going to be your biggest hurdle and roadblock if you can't get over yourself. This is not about you. This is about you being who you're supposed to be. But I can't be who I'm supposed to be if I make it about me. Because the person who I'm supposed to be, the work that I have to do, the work you have to do, it's not about you. And it wouldn't exist if there weren't other people who need to hear what you're saying. My job, the work that God has for me, if I wouldn't have the work, I wouldn't have to do the work if nobody was ever homeless. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, you got to get over yourself. And you don't know that you're processing because you see other people excelling ahead of you. And I feel that. I feel that so deeply. Please know. That's why I'm leaning into the camera. I want y'all to know. I feel that. I know you don't know me, but you ain't gotta know me. You don't have to know me. I feel you. I feel you. If don't nobody else feel you, Grace feel you. You're not tripping. Yes, it's taking longer. No, you can't do what everybody else is doing. Just because Susie Q around the corner went and got that job at Chick-fil-A and then changed her life, it's not going to do the same thing for you, because that's not what's meant for you. You're not tripping. And guess what? You're not wrong for not accepting bullshit. You're not wrong. Just because you're in a compromised situation, that don't mean you do compromising shit. No, you stand firm. That's what you do. You're not tripping. I'm talking to you. You're not tripping. Stand firm. Stand firm. Stand firm. You know why Beyonce is Beyonce? It's because her father saw what was in her and he pushed that out of her. Your father in heaven knows what's in you. And he allow you to go through and be in situations because he trying to pull something out of you. And sometimes it's something that he trying to pull out of you to show you. Sometimes he trying to pull something out of you to show other people. But you got to be able to know that it's not about you, but you got to be able to stand firm. Your father going to stand firm because he the same yesterday and forever. Beyonce's father, I say Beyonce, I don't really like Beyonce music anymore that much, but I understand star power and the work ethic is overly respectable. You got to be able to see you and know you and stand firm. So just because you homeless, that don't and you gotta take the bus, that don't mean you stop working for or dreaming for that Mercedes. Straight up. Just because you homeless and you on your dick, that don't mean that you gotta eat expired food and be cool with it. Okay? Just because you homeless and you on your dick, that don't mean you gotta walk around with dirty ass clothes. Go find you a sink and let that bitch air dry. However you gotta do it. However you got the however you have to maintain who you are, that's what you do. When I was in the shelter, they was telling me, oh, you gotta wait till at nighttime to wash your hair. How I'm gonna do that? I'm not no white girl. That ain't no one thing process. I'm gonna have to go back and rinse the stuff out. So you know what I did? I found the fucking sink. You can't come in the bathroom behind me and tell me what to do. I'm grown as the fuck. I'm not gonna walk around with my hair not done because I'm homeless. Bitch, I don't have a house. That don't mean I don't have hands to wash my hair. I don't have a house. That don't mean I don't have hair. That don't mean I don't have shampoo or conditioner. I just don't have a place to live. People will do you like that. People will make you feel like, oh, because you're in this situation, you can't do nothing. You can't be yourself no more. Somebody had told me that my counselor in school, when I went to University of Memphis, she said, you got to humble your spirit to match your circumstances. At the time, I thought it was the deepest shit ever. And low key, it is kind of deep, even if I don't agree with it. It is kind of deep, but you don't humble your spirit to match your circumstances. You don't do that. I don't think I agree with that anymore. I could see what she was saying, like as to say, like, this is just what you gotta do. You gotta kind of kneel, submit to the process. But and I do agree with that in the sense of submitting to the process. But I don't agree with it in the sense of accepting it as a permanent reality. That's why I be saying, don't even listen to me. Just listen to what I'm saying. Chew the meat, spit out the bone. But I want to let you know that I feel you. You're not tripping. It's not. I want to say it's something I want to say, but I can't. I don't want to say it, but I want to say it so bad. But I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna say you're not tripping. Your process is different. Yes, you are doing the same, trying to do it the same way other people are doing it, and it's not working out for you. Yeah, it's just gonna be like that because that's not what's meant for you. You're not tripping. Everybody else is gonna tell you just do this, just do that. You can't just do nothing because you're not just like everybody else. And they not gonna hear you. You just gonna have to stand firm. Nobody's gonna believe you. Do you think Martin Luther King was walking around the house saying, one day I'm gonna be a civil rights leader? You think no, don't nobody no, nobody gonna believe you are who you say you are until it manifests, until they can see it. But that's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to still be you and do you. Your responsibility isn't to make other people comfortable because that's gonna make you uncomfortable, give you an uncomfortable life. Somebody gave me some expired food. I'm not even gonna name no names. Somebody gave me some expired food. I asked for help one time with one thing, and I guess they just think that I'm just out on my ass, and they just gave me some expired food that they not gonna eat no more. What make you think I want that? I threw it away. I starve before I eat some expired food. I go on a fast. I'm not gonna say starve. I fast before I eat some expired food because and even if I was in that situation, it's expired. I wouldn't get that shit to a cat. But you see how people are? The person who gave me that food, they don't see me as the Beyonce of my hood. They don't see me as the Beyonce of the situations of wherever I'm at, even though I know that's who I am. They see me as however they feel like they want to see me. But I can't change who I am and not see me as who I am and not operate as who I am just because they tripping. You don't change you because somebody else tripping. Let me tell you something else. This is going to be another video. Let me tell you something else. Celebrities are celebrities And fans, which is why I'm not a fan of nobody. I'm not a fan of a fuck thing. I'm nobody's fan. I could be a supporter, but I'm nobody's fan. But celebrities are celebrities and fans are fans because there's a divide. There's not just a racial divide. It's not just a class divide. There's a social divide. There's also a mental divide. Most people are conditioned to be fans. Most people are conditioned to follow people and to try to make their life, celebrity's life, their life, and catch up with them and trying to keep up with the Joneses. People are conditioned to be that way. Celebrities are celebrities because they understand that everybody is a person, but what you do with your gifts is what separates you. How you feel about you is what separate. How you feel about you separates you from everybody else, which is why I can't be a fan of nobody. I love Tinashe. I am not a fan of Tinashe. If I met Tinashe, I would treat her like another cool bitch that I met on the street. I'm not gonna fan out over no other bitch. I'm not. But people don't know themselves. They don't have a real sense of self worth. So some people are meant to be fans. Some people are meant to be celebrities. If you're watching this video, you're probably meant to be a celebrity on some kind of level. Not saying like you know what I'm saying, but I'm just saying like famous is just people knowing you. Celebrity is how people treat you. It's about a standard. You can be famous and not be a celebrity. It's a lot of famous broke people. I don't know a lot of broke celebrities, but I know a lot of broke famous people. You feel what I'm saying? So that just might just be another video. But man, I don't even want to look at the notes no more. I'm just talking to you. I'm just talking to you because I'm just talking to you. I'm just letting you know. I'm tired of the of for me personally. I'm just tired of faking the funk, and I don't want nobody else to go through all of the waiting that I'm going through. I've told people before, like, well, I don't tell people before all the time, but it's hard being an attractive black woman and not living a certain kind of life. It's hard. It's hard. I know people be like, oh, you know, you pretty or you da 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 da. You know, you got a privilege and me winning a genetic lottery. I mean, it's good and bad. They come with every motherfucking thing. Niggas be trying to get with me and they don't even fucking know me. I could be burning and a nigga try to fuck me because I got a fat ass. That's stupid as fuck. But when you look a certain kind of way, you attract a certain kind of thing. Oh, I know people don't like to hear that, but it's not easy being attractive and knowing that I could go out there and sell my body and live the kind of life I want to live, but my conscience will be gone with it. I won't be able to sleep at night. That shit not, man, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. You want to know why I'm pretty and beautiful and fine and attractive? Because that's how I can get people to listen to me. People gonna follow me because I look good and because I'm funny. That's why this isn't. I'm not good looking for me. I'm good looking for the glory of the Lord. So I can tell people. People start looking at me and listening to me because I'm pretty, and then I get to tell them, and they lend me their ear because they like the way I look. Then I get to plant the seed. This don't even have nothing to do with me. It's cool, very beneficial. I love the way I look, but it's you know what I'm saying. Listen, this video gonna be over with, and I'm gonna take this phrase out. You're not tripping. You're not tripping. You're not tripping. And this is something else I'm gonna tell you because somebody else just had to tell me this recently too. You can get along with a lot of type of people, and that's cool. Because I had to learn in my life, just because people think I'm a bougie bitch, don't mean that I gotta be a non-bougie bitch just to prove to bitches I'm not a bougie bitch. If you think I'm a bougie bitch, I'm not no mean girl. I'm not a. I am a bitch, but I'm not a mean girl. I'm not a mean girl, not by a long shot. But I'm not gonna prove to you, and I'm not gonna let you be mean to me or put me in certain situations just to prove to you that I'm not the person you think I am. If you think I'm a bougie bitch, I'm a bougie bitch. If you think I'm an asshole, I'm an asshole. That's just what it is. I have people say a lot of mean things about me, things that's not true. Especially when you and when you're a girl, a pretty black girl with personality, people try to humble you so fast, and it don't be other races all the time. White people would do it too, but black people be trying to humble you fast as fuck. When you're a pretty black girl and you're happy, people don't like that. People don't like that. Oh, you ain't been through enough. You just wait. Just wait. It's a blessing I don't look like what I've been through. A bitch can't tell me nothing. Just wait, nothing. Nah, bitch, I was waiting when I was sleeping in my motherfucking car. That's when I was waiting. I was waiting when I was sleeping in my motherfucking car. When I was pissing in cups and had to leave a cup in my car or throw it out the window. When I had to sleep on the side of 285 for 2 nights in a row in a stolen um, rental car. That's when I was waiting. Don't let don't let nobody tell you nothing. Don't let me tell you nothing. Just listen to what I'm saying. Chew the meat and spit out the bone. Don't listen to no motherfucking body. I don't like listening to people because people be on bullshit. People don't know nothing. People don't know motherfucking anything. Because if you knew better, you do better. If a bitch knew how to get more money than me, why the fuck is you living across from me? You been living here for how long? If you knew something, and it's not saying like some people like where they at and what they doing, and you know some people just waiting to put it in motion. You know, there's exceptions to every rule, but I'm saying like if you knew better, you do better. People don't want you to do better. People just want something to talk about. It's easier for them to live with themselves if they see somebody trying and they can knock them down and keep them from achieving their goal. It's easier for them to look in the mirror and say, "Oh well, you know, shit, I didn't achieve my goal. Ain't nobody achieving goals around this bitch. Shit, I'm cool." That's how people think. I'm trying to tell you what I know now. I don't even got nothing else to say. I'm just trying to tell you what I know. I'm just trying to tell you what I know. People are cappers. People see you before you see you just as much, or even sometimes more. But not everybody wants the best for you just because they can see you. I went to the gym. This pastor man came up to me, make Christianity look bad. If I didn't know the Lord for myself, I would not be a Christian because the Christians that's running around here, they just abusing the gift. God gives gifts without repentance, and people take their gifts and use it to try to butter themselves up. I'm at the gym. This man walked up to me. He trying to get me to be his, get him to be my personal trainer or whatever. We just end up having conversation. He like, yeah, you know, I see you. You a woman of God. You know, I can tell but you need a covering. You're not married. You know, what's your church or Oh, you need a covering. You need a covering. People could pick up on them things, spiritually, mentally, physically, whatever the case may be. People pick up on them things. Then he turn around asking me, do I got a live-in boyfriend? What the fuck are you talking about? That's the end of the video, y'all.